In this video, I'm going to explain to you in depth why you don't feel good enough. We're going to go over 3 major key points. Number 1 being childhood messaging. Number 2, the effects of low self-esteem. And number 3, how to build inner validation. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So let's speak about childhood messaging. From the years of 0 to 7, everything that your parents speak to you about, teach you about, and how they treat you is going to make up your teenage as well as your adult self-image. Your overall self-concept about yourself is going to determine if you like yourself, how you feel about yourself, what love feel like on the receiving and returning end. And it all is dependent upon how much your parents criticized you growing up. Early on, were your parents harsh to you? Used harsh verbiage, had a naggy tone, didn't recognize your efforts and your hard work, but put you down. This is what your self-image all depends upon. How did your parents treat you growing up? Because again, 0 to 7 is the installation period. So what type of messaging did your parents install in you? Because what is created through these types of treatments is either a secure attachment or an insecure attachment. And what a secure attachment feels like is when you're emotionally validated. And what an insecure attachment feels like is non-validation. Again, it's constant criticism, negative feedback, no honor or praise for your efforts, but constant pulling you down. What is created inside of yourself internally is the self-doubt, is the fear of abandonment. Because we look to our parents to keep us safe and feel at ease and have a sense of security in home. But when you're constantly nagged at, criticized, and put down, and you have this inner critic building up in your mind, then again goes the doubt and the fear of abandonment, the loss of safety. So the question is, was the love from your parents conditional? Were you only loved and praised when you had accomplishments or you accomplished things? Because psychologically, you may think this is okay, but that also messes you up. Why is that? Because now you're invalidated emotionally, which creates numbness and shutting off, and you look for that outside validation. So you're seeking to accomplish without self-validation. Hence the word external validation, which just creates subconsciously a perfectionist mindset and a deep-rooted fear of failure. This goes on to create low self-esteem. And so this brings us to our other point of the effects of low self-esteem. What is low self-esteem? Or what are some of the habits and behaviors of someone with low self-esteem? Maybe you know someone that's like this or you do it yourself. But what it is when you're constantly comparing your achievements to the next person. I know a ton of family households that have a lot of siblings and they're constantly in competition with themselves because one person wants to feel better than the next. If you were raised in one of these type of households, comment down in the comment section down below. This creates a toxic environment because there is no support. It's all about competition and who is better than the next. This is a lot of what our world has become. A lack of support, but a flaunt on, I achieved this, I'm better than you. People with that want to feel superior than the next. So they're willing to do whatever it takes to receive that praise. This is the subtle power of external validation. It's an easy mask for all of your insecurities. Just like how I spoke about your fear of failure that is developed through the harsh criticism and invalidation of your parents. It creates the search or the praise for external validation. But all that simply is a mask for insecurities, a mask for the unreceived love, praise, and validation. Whenever you find yourself or a person next to you that is in competition, remember that competition is driven by fear. So when you find yourself scrolling on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever the case is, and you begin comparing yourself, comparing your life to the next person, understand that that is a fear-driven behavior. And you need to get out of that behavior as soon as possible, because what comes next is self-sabotage. And self-sabotage is the #1 killer of most human beings in life, right? And most times because of, like the beginning of this video, the invalidation and the lack of support from your childhood. And so now let's go into the final lesson of building the inner validation that you need. What you need to do is treat yourself with the same type of kindness that you would a friend. Think about someone you love, admire, and respect, and how you treat them. Would you speak to them with the same tone and words that your inner critic speaks to you? Would you treat them the same way you treat yourself? If no, then you need to change the way you speak, respect, and treat yourself. Treat yourself with the same kindness that you do to the people that you admire, respect, and love. And this all simply begins with you validating your emotions. No matter how difficult they are, no matter if the emotion is jealousy, anger, frustration, doubt, whatever the case is, it's there. Accept it. Acceptance is the key to all freedom, just so you know. So the moment that you accept these emotions, because they're yours and they are there, you are able to find emotional freedom. And don't you ever forget this. Don't you ever forget, you have the power right now today to reframe anything in your mind and anything by your design, or anything that wasn't by way of your design. Again, speaking about the childhood upbringing. You are a grown adult with the authority today to reframe all your negative messaging. And this is why you want to tap into the power of affirmations, because what it does is it changes your subconscious beliefs, right? The subconscious, which controls 95% of our behaviors, operates on repetition. So if every time you catching these negative beliefs and this negative self-talk and you're reframing it with a counter or with a positive affirmation, then you find self-empowerment with yourself and you grow into a life that you want to live, not a life that you were brought up to live. That's self-empowerment 101. This is why you do not feel good enough, yet you have the power to become good enough. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends and family, and push this channel out. I will see you in the next video. Peace.